Hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here on a Thursday with producer extraordinaire Jordan talking. Well, it's a monstrous day on the 9-Minute Phill-Up. That is such a bad joke. It is. We need to talk about a lot of things. This is a huge day. It's almost overwhelming, Jordan. When you really think about it, it is a day when news comes out, or a day ago comes out, that Loch Ness may have been sighted. Loch Ness monster, Nessie. Mm-hmm. There's a new sighting, so we need to break that down. And then on top of that, if you have everything else that we're going to talk about, pales in comparison to the fact that it's National Oreo Cookie Day. Yeah. Your knees get weak talking about that. I mean, it's just, wow. I've always loved Oreo cookies. That was the go-to brown bag lunch dessert of the Phillips household growing up. That was it, the Oreo cookie. And with some milk.
That's right.
Hold on. That's so good. It's so good. You know what? The only thing that may be better than that? Valley converting. Valley converting from the Gem City, T-Town, Toronto, Ohio. Yes, indeed. If you have paper products to recycle, there's no better place. Come on. All you need to do is call Mike Biasi and the crew up in T-Town, down in T-Town, over in T-Town, left, right, south, north, east, west, whatever the case may be. You need to get to Valley Converting to recycle your paper products.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
All right, so we have Valley Converting. Can't thank them enough for all that they do. Let's go over national days. Really, this whole day comes down to two things: Loch Ness, Nessie, the Loch Ness sea monster or Loch Ness monster, and Oreo Cookie Day. But birthdays, some big ones, some interesting ones. Really, kind of an interesting day. A lot, people that were kind of sidekicks, people that came up with some inventions that were like, wow, okay, this really works. So we have four. All right. So 1906, who's on first base? That's Lou Costello. The Abbott and Costello show. Born in 1906, lived to 1959. Only 53 years old when he died, Lou Costello. Comedian, actor, and that's the whole routine with Abbott and Costello, who's on first, third base. And it is just one of those things where it's still funny if you watch it. If you haven't seen that, YouTube it, Facebook, whatever, however you can find it. Just Abbott and Costello doing that bit is worth the watch. It's funny. It's and it stands up. It has for years and years and years. But his birthday back in 1906, died in 1959. Who hasn't done this? Use super glue. Maybe gotten your fingers stuck together with super glue, and then you got to figure out how to get those unstuck. Some people, you hear horror stories about that. Oh, I got my fingers stuck together, and they had to go to the hospital, and you peel skin off and everything. You're like, well, I guess that stuff really works. They hung a guy from a hard hat on a steel beam in the commercial back in the day, the first time it came out. Jordan's going, well, I don't remember that. Oh, you weren't around for that one, Jordan. But that's what they did. They took a guy in a hard hat, a construction worker, and he held the side of his hard hat, and they basically took super glue, put it on the top of the hard hat, and attached it to a steel beam, and the guy hung there. And it was like, okay, wow, that stuff must really work. Well, Harry Coover, born in 1917, lived to 2011, inventor of super glue. Oh. His birthday today on March 6th. Ed McMahon, there you go, sidekick Johnny Carson of The Tonight Show. And when you think of The Tonight Show, Fallon's been around long enough. Jay Leno was around, Johnny Carson's still the standard bearer, and Ed McMahon was a sidekick. Of course, then Ed McMahon started giving out $1 million checks with Publishers Clearinghouse, and he had the Bloopers and Practical Joke show. But Ed McMahon, what was that show? It wasn't America's Got Talent. It was basically like that before America's Got Talent. They would have singing acts come on.
American Idol?
No. This was way before that too. But it was basically the precursor of all of these shows that they have now. And Ed McMahon was the host of it. Star Talent, Star something. It was something Stars. Jordan, Google Ed McMahon. Star Search. That's what it was. Star Search. And they had guys and gals come on, do their thing. It was pretty good. Dick Fosbury. Everyone's going, Dick Fosbury? Who's Dick Fosbury? Well, if you've ever watched The High Jump, Dick Fosbury invented it. The Fosbury Flop. 1947, lived to 2023. And so basically when back in the day when they started doing the high jump in competition, people would use like a barrel roll. They would run up and kind of sling their leg over and then roll over the bar without going over. And then, guys were good at it. But then the Fosbury Flop, he would run towards the bar and you see it all the time now, turn his back to the bar and jump over the bar. And that's proven to be the best way to do the high jump. But Dick Fosbury Flop. Okay, so those are a few of the birthdays. Now, the other national days today, Slam the Scam Alert. So it's Consumer Alert Week. So you want to make sure you do that. If you get something that it's bugging you to do something right away, it's, kind of like, you have to do it today or you're not going to, just figure it's a scam, delete it. National Dress Day.
Oh.
National Dress Day. So if you want to go out and get a dress and celebrate, do that. White Chocolate Cheesecake Day. I mentioned that to Jordan. There was an audible,
that sounds good.
It does sound good. It's a Frozen Food Day. Now you're thinking, okay, you're going to get packaged. I think this is to, you take your own fruits and vegetables and you freeze them and all that stuff, save them. So that's nice. It's good. Like that. Are you a canner or a jar of fruits, vegetables, stuff?
No. Nope.
I'll tell you what, my man, Coach Swizz, he can put some peppers in a jar. He loves to do that. I mean, the first time he goes, hey, I need you to help me out. I'm like, what am I doing? You cut these peppers up. Put some gloves on. You don't want to get pepper hands, but he does that with put some good peppers in a jar. And National Dentist Day. Yes, thank you to all the dentists out there for keeping the teeth good. So, Dr. Matanzo, thank you. Just gave him a salute. I don't know. Give him one of these. But I like Dr. Matanzo. Oh, and Dr. Piro out there as well. Working out there and where I go to the dentist. So thank you to them. But they would not be happy to hear this. National Oreo Cookie Day. That is good stuff. That's my favorite. We've got comments and here we go. All right. John Michael, Star Search. He was on it. I couldn't remember it, but I got there. Hello, Julie. All right. Donovan. Hello, Bill. Hello. Too cold for a dress. Yeah, well, yeah, today it is. Yesterday it wasn't. Yesterday was pretty good. Mm-hmm. All right, so my question to everybody that's joined us and anybody else that's out there. So the two big things today for me, National Oreo Cookie Day. First of all, do you like Oreo cookies? Some people don't, believe it or not. A little background on the Oreo cookie. Basically trademarked 1912, New York City. Oreo cookie, best-selling cookie in the United States. Since it came on the market. The two chocolate discs surrounding the sweet cream in the middle. Fabulous. With a cold glass of milk. Did Amanda Various say she hates Oreo cookies on sunrises? She did not say she hates Oreo cookies. She did not say she hates Oreo cookies. This is what was said. I was asking about it. She was, I don't like to dunk Oreo cookies in milk, because she doesn't want the cream to get soft. She doesn't like that. So I think she likes Oreo cookies, but she doesn't want to dunk them. And right on the package, it says, America's favorite, or not America's, well, it is America's favorite, but Milk's favorite cookie. So I like to dunk. I got a whole system. I'll do the, you unscrew it, then scrape off the cream. I like that. Sometimes you break it, dunk half, and you can do that. Dunk the whole cookie, or just pop the whole thing in and just go to town. Jordan, what are your feelings on Oreo cookies?
Yeah, I dunk the whole cookie in milk.
Dunk the whole cookie?
Mhm.
Now, I do know some people that like to, I haven't seen this one. Julie checking in. Love the birthday icing Oreos. I don't think I've ever tried that. I'm not exactly sure. I don't think I've tried that. Do you like the ice cream Oreo, like the Blizzard? The Blizzard with the Oreo cookies? George is smiling, nodding her head. Absolutely. It's fantastic. Because one of the suggestions today, take some Oreo cookies, ice cream, smash them up and put them on your ice cream. April checking in with a big hello. Hello, April. So you have Oreo cookies. Now, you know what would be a great thing to do today, Jordan? Get your Oreo cookies, get some milk, sit down, watch a film on the Loch Ness Monster. Because yesterday actually, a sighting was reported in Scotland. Sighting, yes. Yes, this Jordan, come on. It was on the Today Show this morning.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes, it was. They have a new picture that someone turned in. Oreo birthday cake, solid. Absolutely solid all the time. Absolutely. See? It's not the greatest photo. It looks like a little wave in the water, but
this is not showing. This is showing.
Or are you looking at the one from the 1950s, the tall one?
Oh.
Which someone actually thinks is a submarine with a head of a creature on it, but no, come on. All right, so Loch Ness 2025.
Oh, that's okay.
How about this? Since the 1930s, 1,000 recorded sightings of the Loch Ness Monster.
What?
Most have been debunked. Now, some people think, I can't remember the actual name of the dinosaur. April loves Oreos. April, absolutely.
Okay, that looks like nothing.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about. Well, they're going to try, and they have to investigate it. They have to investigate it. The Loch Ness Monster. They're kind of shifting gears from Oreos to Loch Ness Monster. So everybody that's on there, do we have a belief in the Loch Ness Monster? Then that could turn into not only, April also loves chocolate. I love chocolate too. If you believe in the Loch Ness Monster, do you believe in Bigfoot? Someone brought up Mothman, but that's kind of a regional thing. So there's a lot going on there. But anyways, how about this? I've got a job for you, Jordan, if you're willing to accept it.
Okay.
Okay, you got to move to Scotland, first of all.
Okay.
Okay. So that's all right. Scotland's pretty. You can be the new monster hunter for the official Loch Ness Monster Center over in Scotland.
Official Loch Ness Monster Center.
Julie's out on the Loch Ness Monster. She says no. But here's the deal. For this job, you get paid $230 a day. $230 a day. And you're out on the water. You're out on a boat looking for the Loch Ness Monster, just kind of going around. Maybe
what if the Loch Ness Monster gets you?
Well, you have a story to tell. And that's great.
No, and you don't survive.
Well, there you go.
Then it exists, but everybody else still thinks it doesn't.
That's a great point, Jordan. That's a great point. Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
why you need to have somebody.
I guess that's the
you need to go. Like you would go out. I'm saying
ploy.
you go. Like I would go out on the boat, and somebody else would have to be like
following you
on the land.
Okay.
So that the Loch Ness Monster wouldn't get both of us.
Well, the loch is huge. It's really, really big.
Well,
so I don't know. So you'd have. I guess there's roads. I've never been there, but so here's the deal. And you have to be a good storyteller. So I don't know if you do if you're taking people out on the water with you, and you kind of have to tell all these stories or what the deal is. But you're out. How about that? That's not a bad gig though. You're out on the water in a boat. You probably love being in the water in a boat. Probably go fishing, and you're searching for the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, but what if you find the Loch Ness Monster, and then it gets you?
But what if you make friends with the Loch Ness Monster? Just because monster's in the name doesn't mean it's not friendly. Why are you laughing at that? It could be friendly.
I'm thinking no.
No?
But also...
Wait, you're thinking no? You're thinking you're out on the
there's no way that it's been living that long.
Alligators can live like 100 years.
Has it been? It's been way more than 100 years, hasn't it?
Well, all I have is the 1930s. There's been 1,000 recorded sightings since the 1930s, so it's coming up on 100 years. If you're just going
What if
from
there's
the 30s.
multiple Loch Ness monsters?
Well, I would think maybe there's some little baby Loch Ness monsters. You know, if of all the monsters,
I don't know if I believe it.
of all the monsters, if I
I
had
think
to,
I would believe that over the Bigfoot.
oh, I believe Loch Ness monster over the Bigfoot all the time. I would go there all the time. Yeah, Sasquatch.
Because
nah.
there's so many things in like the water that
Oh,
we
yeah.
we still haven't figured out.
Oh, I mean, how many of those science shows that they show some stuff from like down in the deep, like the what is it, the anglerfish? I think it's the one
what
that
about the
lives in
fish
the
that
bottom
has
of the
the,
ocean,
like,
but it's
thing on
got
the
like
top of
light
it?
on its forehead.
Yes, that's a Nemo.
Exactly. You wouldn't think that would scare
But
me.
the
half to
ocean
death.
is so deep. But see,
Yeah.
that's just the Loch.
Well,
That's a lake.
The Loch's pretty deep.
Yeah, but
Donovan checking in and says, with technology, we should have proven this by now.
yeah, I agree.
True. Now here's something else.
Like sonar or something.
Yes. Well, they did a whole bit in their report. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. But
What is this on?
The Today Show. They did a whole segment on it. They did a whole segment. The amount of money that Scotland brings in just on the Loch Ness
Well,
monster.
it looks like I'm going to Scotland and I'm becoming a Loch Ness monster hunter.
Absolutely. Well, to get back to the technology, Donovan said, now they have literally tested the water for DNA because some people think it's a dinosaur that has somehow survived and it's swimming around in the whole thing. So they did a DNA sampling test and they went, no, there's no DNA from that type of dinosaur.
What kind of dinosaur did they think it was?
I can't remember the name, and I probably couldn't say it right anyways, but it's a big swimmy fishy dinosaur. swimmy fishy. It's a technical term. So then what they did though is they did find DNA of eels. And they're thinking maybe it could be like a giant eel that's, just a huge eel like you would see in the ocean. Like all of a sudden you see a shark that's, 25 feet long. If you saw a Loch Ness, an eel that's 25 feet long, I don't know. So anyway, with technology, and they've done sonar and all that stuff. But hey, Loch Ness has survived all these years. It knows the drill, how to stay out of trouble. All right. Some names don't say monsters, but they are people, ? All right. That's Julie going there. I like that. Just keeping everybody on their toes. Absolutely. So anyways, would you take that job on? To be the monster hunter.
I would.
I think that'd be fun. I don't think it'd be fun.
If they could guarantee that I wouldn't die, yes.
What? They could guarantee? That's like telling an astronaut.
Like if they could guarantee,
absolutely no chance the rocket's going to blow up.
If they could guarantee that I wouldn't be killed by the Loch Ness monster, yes.
Well, if you don't believe that the Loch Ness monster is there, then you'd have no problem. What if the boat just capsized and you drown?
Yeah, that wouldn't
happen.
No.
You'd wear your life preserver?
Yeah.
You gotta wear the life preserver, right?
Yeah.
I would think. Yeah. Safety first. I don't know. But I think this is a great conversation. Especially when you compare it with Bigfoot. That should be a poll question. Which do you believe in more, Bigfoot or the Loch Ness monster?
Loch Ness monster.
I would think Loch Ness would probably win that one. I don't know. There's a lot of people who like traveling around looking for Bigfoot. Tell you what, or as Coach Swizz likes to say, going squatching, going out in the woods, walking around looking for Sasquatch. All right. Well, I don't know if we've solved anything here in terms of the Loch Ness monster, but always a fun topic to talk about. And Oreo cookies, apparently, put them on some ice cream, put them on with the icing. I gotta find this icing stuff. Where is it? Where was that? I think Julie sent that one in. What was that? The 2 cold for Oreo birthday cake. That's a quality call right there. Oh, love the birthday icing Oreos. Maybe I have tried those. Didn't they do the Pop Rocks the one time? They did Oreos with Pop Rocks on them or something like that? some sort of goofy
Oh, I don't know.
thing, which I really wasn't. I wasn't really behind on that one. But the icing thing, I'll have to go and take a look, see if I can find that. All right, Jordan says it's time to go. Did you?
Okay. I didn't.
Or am I
but-
just making that up? All right. Well, the one thing we do know, Jordan does not believe in the Loch Ness Monster, but will take the job of Loch
didn't
Ness
say
Monster.
that.
Oh, I
I
thought you
said-
said you didn't believe in the Loch
I
Ness
said
Monster.
the Loch Ness Monster is probably more believable than
Bigfoot.
yeah.
What about Godzilla?
Godzilla. No.
Okay. How about the Oreo Cookie Monster? Well, that's me.
The Cookie Monster.
Yeah, Cookie Monster. I mean, hey.
No, but he likes chocolate chip cookies, doesn't he?
Oh, I'll tell you what, though. I guarantee you, if you showed up on Sesame Street and said, "Hey, Cookie Monster, I got a bag of Oreos for you," he's not
wouldn't
turning
care.
them down.
Mhm.
He's not turning those down. Now, yeah. Donovan, thanks for checking in. Donovan with the final word of the day. Have a great day, everyone. So we'll wrap
Have
it
a
up on that.
wonderful
That's a
day.
good, positive thing to wrap it up on. Donovan, thank you. Remember, everybody, 2 rules. Have fun and always try your best. If we're not having fun eating Oreo cookies and looking for the Loch Ness Monster, we could. I just thought of something. They're always trying to catch the Loch Ness Monster, probably using fish, probably trying to get the line. Maybe they've got the wrong bait. Maybe the bait needs to be
I
Oreo
think that they've
cookies.
probably. I was gonna say I think that they've probably figured that out, but they would have figured that out by now.
That Oreo cookies are the actual Loch Ness. I don't think so. I think you got to think out of the box or out of the bag of cookies. I that could be something.
That just might be it.
Here, Nessie.
Looks
Nessie,
like
Nessie.
you need to go to Scotland.
It's like when you're talking to a cat. Here, Nessie.
But
Nessie,
there's no
Nessie.
saying that it just stays in that lake too.
Oh, it could travel around. It's probably got wormholes and stuff. It can go out in the ocean, come back.
That's why
go to
they need to
another
get
nest.
scuba divers down there with the
Oh,
latest.
they have. It's very dark. The water's very, very dark.
Well,
very
then
hard to
they
see.
need to get some sunlight.
They've taken submarines down there, like the little submersible things that are all glass now and all that stuff. Oh, this I'm telling you that. Let's wait a minute. Before we go, we got to look this up. Somebody's got to have this somewhere.
What?
I want to know how much money Scotland brings in for the Loch Ness Monster. Bum, bum, bum. How much money is generated for Scotland by the Loch Ness Monster? There you go.
What does it say?
Loch Ness Monster or Nessie brings in an estimated 41 million, 54 million each year. That's American dollars, 54 million in Scotland's economy, according to a 2018 study. Now, if Scotland gets over 130 in revenue from Monster each year, is it any wonder that? Yeah. So I mean, it's at least 54 million a year for people just showing up to look for Loch Ness Monster. That's some pretty big cash. It's pretty good for a myth. Hey, we're gonna go to Loch Ness Monster Cafe. Wonder what they serve at the Loch Ness Monster Cafe. Got to be some seafood, right? You would think.
Maybe Nessie. Maybe they secretly.
Maybe Nessie.
Maybe
You can't go to the
they-
cafe and have Nessie. She'd be gone.
Maybe they secretly already have got Nessie and
the United States isn't the government going to release all the files on UFOs and all these things?
maybe
So
They know.
maybe Nessie's on the list.
the government knows. The Scotland government knows.
I think we all know, but it's more fun to just have that search. Again, I'm thinking they've been looking for Nessie with the wrong bait. Oreo cookies may get her to come to the surface. Oh, you got Oreos. I can dunk those in milk. That's what Nessie's thinking.
Yeah.
Jordan's had enough of me for one day. All right, 2 rules. Before we go, remember tonight on it's News 9 Sports on the go tonight at 7:00 on the WTOV 9 YouTube channel. We're going to have a whole bunch of fun there. Neil Walker, the former Pittsburgh Pirate great, Rich Donnelly, former Pittsburgh Pirate third baseman, world champion with the Marlins. And we'll also talk with Smitty as we get ready for high school wrestling state championships and much, much more out at Seven Ranges Entertainment. If you can't come out and join us live out there, or just check in on the WTOV 9 YouTube channel at 7 o'clock. And then, of course, it'll stream on Facebook starting at 9 o'clock as well. So can't thank you enough for joining us. Can't thank Valley Converting enough for all that they do for the 9-Minute Phill-Up. 2 rules, everybody. Have fun and always try your best.